Foxy, did you like Justice League? I guess you just want some cookies, huh? Hey there, Internet Best Buddies. Welcome back to the channel. As always, except for the last 2 months, I'm Ray. And today I'm going to be discussing a dream come true movie for me, which is the Justice League. Poster over here. Now, as you can tell by all of these pops... Oops, almost knocked over my drink. As you can tell by all of these pops, I really like DC. I do like it more than Marvel. I'm a DC fanboy, I'll say it. I got my shirt on, too. I even, for the most part, like the DCEU. I love Man of Steel. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you're good. I liked Batman vs. Superman. Really liked the Ultimate Cut. Really liked Wonder Woman. And we can all agree that this is a giant mess and that it really needs to be fixed. And it's kind of like the Incredible Hulk of the DCEU. We kind of just forget about it. Let's put that over there. So as always, I want to ask you guys a question, which I want you to comment down in here with your answer. Are you more of a DC fan or a Marvel fan? Second question, if you're a DC movie fan, are you as beaten down and tired of defending the movie series as I am? Because I love it, and I'm just really tired of being told that I'm wrong. So let me know down here. Now on to the summary. After the events of Batman vs. Superman, the world is plunged into chaos without the Superman to watch over us. With an impending invasion from space, Batman and Wonder Woman must put together a group of heroes to defend our world. So let's start with the negatives, because there's a few of them. A lot of CG. It doesn't break your immersion, though, so that's pretty much the extent of it. Like, you know it's CG. It's over the top. There's a lot of it. Henry Cavill's mustache in scenes, you can definitely tell it was digitally removed because he had to keep it for Mission Impossible 6. But aside from that, it actually looks pretty good. It's just there's a lot of it. As a side note, Cyborg's outfit and a lot of the stuff that we saw in the trailers, they definitely added a lot of polish to it. The villain of Steppenwolf, pretty weak. He's not the best villain we've ever seen. I think Zod is almost a gold standard of what a villain should be in superhero movies. I mean, he's no weaker than most of the Marvel villains that we've seen. So, yeah, he does his purpose. He does his job. Which, in reality, we're really just here to see the Justice League come together on a screen. So, the film is very fast-paced in the beginning, just setting everything up. Like, we shoot from a Batman introduction, which looks like it's ripped right from the comics, which was awesome, to the Wonder Woman section that we've seen in the trailers, where she's defending the people, to, I believe, the Flash talking to his dad, to Aquaman, to Batman meeting Aquaman. Like, it goes at a fairly quick pace, but it's nothing disorientating, and you can keep up with it, and it does tell a cohesive story. You can tell with this fast pace that there were scenes that were probably cut out to cut down the rumored 2-hour, 45-minute Ultimate Cut that hopefully they do release on Blu-ray, because I would love to see it. But again, the movie still stands on its own. It's not as choppy and just butchered as the original Batman vs. Superman cut was. It's still a great movie. Side note, I do really want to see that Ultimate Cut, so WB, please put that on the Blu-ray. And give us a sweet steelbook. Like, look at this steelbook. I love this steelbook. It's double-sided. Not on my positives, because there's definitely way more of those than there were the negatives. There is not a bad performance in this movie pretty much anywhere to be seen, from any of the leads or the supporting cast. I did say Steppenwolf's kind of a weak character, but Karen Hines, who voices him, did a great job. Gal Gadot plays a perfect Wonder Woman, as we've seen in Wonder Woman and even to an extent in Batman vs. Superman. She's perfect in that role. Ben Affleck, absolutely my favorite Batman / Bruce Wayne. I think he's the best. You can debate me on that down in those comments down here. Third question. But for me, personally, he works the best. I like seeing him as Batman. Please don't go Ben Affleck, even though I know you want to. Like, you're an older dude, and I would imagine this whole superhero movie thing, it's pretty rough on your body. Also, you're dealing with your own personal stuff, but yeah, please stay around. Please, please, please. Jason Momoa is great as Aquaman, and I cannot wait till we see his movie next year. I think it's actually the next DC movie we're getting. Directed by Justin Lin, so that's really cool. Ezra Miller's Flash was fantastic. I really like the TV show Flash. This was pretty much a retreading of his story because his story doesn't deviate too much. But He was great as the audience piece where he's super excited to see all the cool stuff, to be part of the team, to see all the heroes come together. His comedy was really good. There's only a few jokes of his that don't really land. But for the most part, he's really funny. He delivers some really good lines. Ray Fisher's Cyborg, I was the most worried about. And he actually did a really good job of conveying his character's story with some good emotion. He actually had some funny lines with the Flash, which was really cool. During a specific character's grave robbing scene. Some of the tone's a little off in the movie. There's some dark stuff. But the character I was most excited to see come back was Superman. And he was almost perfect in this movie. Like, I really liked Superman in Man of Steel. I thought that was a really cool take on him. I didn't mind what they did with him in Batman vs. Superman. Again, I liked that movie a lot. But when people would say that this is not their Superman from the previous movies, that he wasn't as lighthearted enough, I really didn't understand exactly what they meant. And after seeing this and some of the some of the little quips he has, he smiles, like just some of the gags that he does, I completely understand it now. And this is my favorite interpretation of Henry Cavill's Superman. And I especially love the monument scene. And when you see the movie, I mean, if you choose to see the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about by the monument scene. Probably one of my favorite parts in the whole movie. But I don't want to spoil it, because it's really good. The members of the League have some really great banter and some comedic lines, like I said. I really would have liked a little more conflict between the group. It didn't have to be on the scale of, like, say, the Avengers, but they were also being mind-controlled to an extent. Like I said, there were some tonal shifts, but as a whole, there were certain lines and certain things they did that were really good callbacks and even some explanations as to some of the stuff that happened in the previous films, especially Batman vs. Superman. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but they do explain the Flash coming back in time, or it's hinted at. They hint at the reason why Flash came back in time and some of its actual repercussions and some of its influences on what's actually going on forward in the DC movies. It's kind of subtle, but if you're paying attention, you'll be able to see it. So, although Joss Whedon did come in to direct some of the reshoots and to basically finish the direction in post-production, and that Zack Snyder did have to step down for family tragedy, the movie doesn't suffer from that at all and does not really feel like two directors made it. It does feel like Joss Whedon literally came in and just finished off. Oh, there goes my phone. It literally just feels like Joss Whedon came in and just saw out Zack Snyder's vision with just a few little scene tweaks, additions, maybe a filter change. That's pretty much all that he really did, at least from the looks of it. He did have a writer's credit, so, I mean, the extent of what he actually did, who knows if we'll ever really know what happened, but as a whole, it does just seem like Zack Snyder's vision, just with some Whedon flair. I do also really like how they kind of set up the... Fox, shut up! I do really like how they set up a bunch of the movies that will hopefully be in the DCEU. Like the Flashpoint movie that we're hopefully going to get, because that seems really cool with the way that they'll bring back Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and they could bring back Laurie Cohen from The Walking Dead. They both play Bruce's parents. In Flashpoint, they play... I don't want to spoil it, but they play a bigger part. Superman's in there, but he didn't land in Kansas proper, like the farm. He landed in Metropolis, so the government got him. So there's a whole... And I want to see Jason Momoa's Atlanteans take down Wonder Woman's Amazonians in a giant war. And then Steve Trevor's in there so they could bring Chris Pine back. I really want this Flashpoint movie so bad. I'm super giddy and excited for it. Even though I could literally just stroll over here. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I could literally just come right over here and just get my little double feature. Don't pay attention to this part. This movie's okay. But there's the Flashpoint there. I could literally just watch this. But I want to watch it on the big screen with Jason Momoa and all the other live-action actors. I think that'd be so cool. They also do a pretty good job of establishing that there have been other superhero-ish events going on in this sort of cinematic universe that we just haven't seen yet, like a giant war with the Atlanteans and the Amazonians and then the tribes of men and then some superheroes and then the Greek gods or whatever that the Amazonians are from all taking on Steppenwolf the first time he got here. So that part's really cool. I really like that. There is some great action in the movie. There's moments that look like they're literally ripped from the comics. Like I said, the Batman intro. The whole final act honestly felt a lot like the Justice League cartoon when they all came together. I love the Justice League cartoon. It's kind of one of the things I grew up on, which is why I'm such a big DC fan over Marvel, aside from X-Men Evolution, I didn't really watch a lot of Marvel-centric cartoons on TV. But Justice League, man, that was my jam. And then you had Teen Titans and a lot of other cool stuff. Also, if you're a fan of Teen Titans, yes, Cyborg does say booyah. And it's perfect. The last thing I want to touch on, they had Danny Elfman and a crew come in to do the music. What was really cool was there's not necessarily like a overall theme like I hoped they would have had. They honestly could have just ripped, like I said, the Justice League theme and just retooled it and put it in for this. But he does put a spin on the Wonder Woman theme. He brings back the 89 Batman theme, like the iconic one that's in almost everything. I don't think they used the Man of Steel theme, which I'm a little disappointed, because I absolutely adore Hans Zimmer's score for that whole movie. But he does actually bring back the, 1978 first Superman film, like the super iconic one from John Williams. So cool to hear the way that he did that. I'm gonna yell at this dog. So honestly, as a whole, I really, at first was a little iffy about Justice League. I think that's just because of all the negative atmosphere around being a DC Extended Universe fan. But as a whole, this movie's awesome. And if you like comics, even if you're a Marvel fan, I've seen a lot of Marvel people online saying that they really enjoyed it. Give it a shot. It's nowhere near as dreary or boring as what people think. Foxy, shut up! Shut up! So as a whole, this is an extremely solid comic book movie. It's a lot of fun to watch. On the whole, I absolutely love this movie. I've seen it twice already, and I'll probably go see it a third or fourth time because I have Movie Pass. I'll talk about that in another video. Justice League gets an 8 out of 10. If you're a fan of the DCEU, definitely stick around for both those end credit scenes. They do a setup for a potential movie. They actually confirm a character, which was kind of in flux, and an actor. So, I'm really glad they did that. But yeah, if you like the DCEU, this is a solid step up. I wouldn't say it's as good as Wonder Woman, although I know some people that just didn't like Wonder Woman, but it is a solid movie. So thanks as always for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking around while I literally took like 2 months off to just not do anything and play games and watch movies. If you found the video enjoyable, go down and give it a like. I've given you at least 3 things to write down in the comments to let me know. Or if you want to be that guy, go down and tell me that DC sucks and that Marvel's better and that DC can't make good movies and that Marvel is the king and just how wrong I am. Because I'm so tired of those comments. It's beat me down so hard. I don't know why I take all this stuff so personally. I don't know why Foxy's barking either. She's freaking out there. If you'd like to become an internet best buddy, which is what I call all the people that have subscribed to me, clearly just go down and subscribe. Also do that so you can stay up to date with all the videos that I put out, which will hopefully be on a more consistent schedule than once every 2 months. I felt like this was a good video to come back to since I'm such a huge DC fan. Thanks again for watching, everybody. See ya. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share and like for my daddy.